Good name.
He's such a good king.
Okay. Well, we're live.
Hello.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 8-Bit Show.
8-Bit Show.
8 bitties.
There you go. That was it.
That's it.
Intro.
Yeah, that's the intro. That's how we do it here.
Nice, straightforward. Yeah. You don't want one that's drawn out.
Oh, no.
Shows that go on too long.
Yeah.
We're not some like Netflix show
Right?
that get canceled in its first season.
Not yet.
Mm-hmm. One day. That's what we aspire to be.
One day we'll be a Netflix show that gets canceled.
Oh, yeah, someday we can get canceled. Keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
I keep trying.
We'll figure it out one of these days.
Yeah. It's hard to do, you know.
What if I say like controversial things like women should have rights?
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to go over well with some people.
What, women having rights?
Yeah. Yeah. Historically, historically has not gone over well with some people.
I guess we will be getting canceled. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Or so I can have human thumbs yell at me and call me woke.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also scream about pronouns.
I am he, him, his, or whatever. Really, I don't care.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
You were?
I was late for dinner?
Yeah, we ate dinner so late
Oh,
last night.
I mean, I guess.
It was like 7 o'clock.
I mean, I guess that's kind of late for you guys, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Well, those lovely voices are Coffee and Corn Dogs.
Hello.
And Two Littles 505.
That's me.
And
505. Represent.
Yeah, I'm your host, Frankie1029. We're here to talk to you about some video games and news and all the things. All 8 bits that we have to share with you.
Oh, yeah, we got biddies for you.
Basically, just the biggest nerds.
Some of them, for sure.
You've stumbled upon. And we'll talk about all the nerdy things.
And it's your fault for being here. Welcome in. Yeah, so let's see. I don't have any like crazy news this week. It's been a busy week for me. But I do got some things, so
I've been busy too. Balloon Fiesta week. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet you
Work has been crazy, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All the random people from
And I still got
everywhere.
news. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I got news. Don't worry.
Oh. Damn. Okay.
I'm here to talk about some things.
Ooh,
Some
we're gonna hear about
ridiculous
some
stuff.
news.
Yeah. What shall we start with? You want to start? You can start it off.
I have news.
Do it.
I have all of the news.
All of the news.
We're gonna start with like I found this story just somewhat interesting. A video game about school shooting has been made.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out by the parents of a victim, and it aims to change mind about gun control. It's called The Final Exam, and from the trailer and from what I gather from the little article here is it plays kind of like Outlast or any of those like horrors where you just have to hide and like get out.
Yeah. It's a very interesting take on the genre for sure.
Yeah, it's cool. It's from the parents of 17-year-old Jacqueline Oliver, a teen who was killed during the 2018 Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida mass shooting.
Mm-hmm.
It hopes to convince Americans for the need of increased gun control by challenging players to survive a school shooting. There's no, they specified in here that there's no like on-screen violence and blood.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it seems to be done from like an audio perspective.
Interesting.
A lot of it you're hiding, right? But while you're hiding, the audio, even though you're not seeing like blood and on-screen violence, the audio is contrasted with just gunfire, distant screams, crying, alarms, sirens, and long moments of silence in which the only sound is your heartbeat.
Wow, that sounds intense.
The shooter is vaguely the one thing you'll see, who's portrayed as like a dark, shadowy figure. No real like look to them.
No real features and
yeah. The other cool thing was like once you beat it, let's see if I can find that here in the article.
See,
the game is currently available for direct download, released on Steam. Release for Steam is planned in the future. So currently, you just need to go to their website or look up the game, The Final Exam.
Yeah, no, I think this is it's like it's sad that this has to be here. But yeah, like I don't know, the fact that the whole issue of gun control, that we have these victims, whether it's their family, or the victims of themselves, who are coming out in these ways that are it just seems like why we're not listening to the people who were directly affected.
Yeah. So I found what I was looking for here in it. But if you successfully evade your potential death, which will roughly take you about 10 minutes to get through, which the final exam from the finalexam.us website says is the average length of a mass shooting incident in the US. But at the end of it, you'll earn one of 5 proposed gun bills aimed at reducing incidents of school shootings and mass shootings in the US, including like mandatory background checks, the raise of minimum wage to purchase a gun, ban on assault weapons and high capacity magazines, things like that. So beat it numerous times and you'll see all of the gun laws that they want, that they're pushing for.
Yeah.
But I thought this was kind of cool. Like, it reminds me of back in the day, like when we started this podcast, we had talked about the game, which I think is finally out, but 6 Days in Fallujah.
Oh, yeah. They did release that.
They finally did release it, recently. But that was like a game made by some surviving soldiers from that war. And it received a lot of backlash on trying to get published. So this kind of reminded me of that, although they seem to be having an easier time of getting their game out there. But I thought it was interesting. I like to see, because all these discussions are important, and it's good to see them in different mediums. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Well, and I think it's one of those things where it's like, all right, there's so many people who for gun violence, to kind of make a statement by putting into light the other side of this through a video game. I think it's really clever, and
they seem to go about it the right way. This could have gone off really cringy and stuff.
Yeah,
but their choices and not to really show blood or violence.
Yeah, and I think
that's noteworthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out for sure, because it's something you gotta be careful with straddling the line there. I mean, especially considering the reason for why you're making it. You also don't want to make light of the situation, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's gotta be.
And nor would they want to if the parents are involved in it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That they don't want to. They don't necessarily want to keep reliving the trauma, but this stuff is important, needs to get out and said. So it seemed cool. That was the interesting bit of news I found this week.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll have to check that out. So let's see here. A little bit that I got is Game Pass is finally going to let you play games that aren't part of Game Pass. That will let you stream games that aren't part of Game Pass that you actually do own. This was this was a feature that was announced a while ago. And I just wanted to include it in light of the recent stuff with Elon Musk and the ruling with the Teslas and whatnot. So it's good to see a company that says that they're going to do something and live up to it. I know it's Microsoft, so that's not always the case, but I'm going to applaud them where we can.
When it happens, right? Yes. When it happens, we gotta give them positive reinforcement. That way they know when they did something good.
Precisely. But yeah, I mean, it's not a feature that I'm gonna use, because yeah, I don't actually own very many Xbox games anymore. I really just have Game Pass. I have a handful of games through them, but since I don't have an Xbox, it was kind of a thing, So
yeah, a little more difficult.
Yeah, but for some people, I'm sure that's gonna be pretty awesome. So, and I think there's some weird talk of Microsoft possibly going to do some weird things for gaming on Android and maybe even Chromecast and stuff like that. And these are all just rumors, but with the other legal ruling that came out that Google has to open up their store, which obviously they're going to appeal. It's going to be years before we see if that actually becomes the case, I'm sure. But
I believe they already did file for appeal.
They did already. Yeah. I mean, it was going to happen automatically. So yeah. But But yeah, so there's rumors that maybe Microsoft might be doing some other things around that, which would
I did hear about that
cool.
this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I was reading about that this morning. That in light of that new ruling that they are considering, if it holds, to move to the Android market.
Yeah.
Make some moves in the Android market.
So yeah.
Which, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Hey, wherever you can get more games.
More games out there is always for the best.
Yeah,
and
that's the way that I
seems to be
feel.
one of the things that they moved, like the whole reason they started the Game Pass, and are moving heavily in that direction.
Yeah.
Which seems like a smart move. I'm not gonna lie.
Agreed. Agreed. All right, what do you got?
So this is a little bit more on a downer note.
Oh, you got the Ubisoft news.
No, we'll get to that later. No, we were just talking about this before the show started. Me and Andrew here. But Castlevania veteran and game director for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Shitaro Ida, who, for those who don't know me, I really love his games. He's mostly responsible for like the DS Castlevania games, and the Bloodstained series, which I like a lot. Ritual of the Night being my favorite of the bunch. Really look forward to Ritual of the Night too, but unfortunately Ida is stepping back from his work on Ritual of the Night 2, following a cancer diagnosis, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. And
offloading. He said that he's offloading his responsibilities with the rest of the team at Artplay as he begins his battle.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna fight against cancer, like, you gotta take some time off. You gotta, like, I was actually really amazed. I don't know if you guys watch Vlog Brothers or any of Hank Green's content at all.
Yeah, I like Hank Green.
Yeah, but I'm amazed at how little he did take off. Like, he was still very active.
Didn't seem like he was active during it.
Yeah,
but it kind of made sense for his style of content too. And during that time, he was talking a lot about, like,
it's true. It was a good way for him to like explain all of that, right? So, but I also just think that he's a workaholic, like, big time.
There's that one of my favorite, like, political commentators took a step back from his channel, and now currently his, like, wife is doing the videos. So they haven't, like, stopped doing them.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people are asking, like, is he gonna return, and even like a medium capacity, like doing a video like once a week or something. And his wife was like, you don't understand. If we allow my husband to do a video a week, he won't stop.
Yeah.
There. He's like, he'll hold to that for like a couple months, and then it'll be like 2 videos a week. And then before you know it, he's back to where he was. He's just a workaholic. And in order to actually step away, needs to actually step away.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, it's important to take the break and get rest, especially when you're going into it, I think. But when work does, like, especially I think for something that somebody that has a job or owns a company and they really love to do what they do, I think it's okay for them to, like, try to dabble back in it again, but yeah, it's hard to keep those people away. those types of people away. But yeah, no, it's understandable regardless of whether you have to step away or even if you decide like you don't want to do the battle and you're just going to pour yourself into work until, you know, the inevitable happens. But yeah, that really sucks. So
yeah, there was a response from ArtPlay's president, Koji Igarashi.
Mm-hmm.
He said his quote on the response to this whole thing was, "Up till now, the DS Castlevania series and Bloodstained have essentially been produced primarily by director Shitoro. And it can truly be called his work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great blow to have him step away from the project, but we will do our best not to be defeated by it, and I hope that you will recover quick enough to work with us again."
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully he can fight it off.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
I hope he makes it out of it, even if he doesn't, return to gaming. I hope he wins his battle with it.
Indeed.
As it's become more and more of a winnable thing through time.
Yeah, there's some interesting new stuff on the horizon too, so we'll see.
Well, our some of our treatments and stuff have gotten a lot better too.
Oh yeah, no.
Our understanding of it has increased, so depending on what kind it is, it can be a battle that's won without too much hassle. Relatively.
Yeah, relatively.
That's all very, very relative.
Yeah. Yeah, and it also just depends, right? Because, I mean, especially if it's something you catch early versus something that's later. But
yeah. Here's hoping, and I can't wait to play Bloodstained Vigil of the Night too.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first one's like, it's like my favorite Metroidvania game.
Yeah.
It's just one of the best out there. That was it on that one.
Okay. Well, let's see here. So the only other little piece of news that I have, I don't know, like the things I'm reading about this, it's just so ridiculous. Do you guys want new Nintendo hardware? I know the internet does. And
I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, if any system, like, so let's compare it to most recently, right? We got the PS5 Pro coming, right? Like, that seems more ridiculous to me than Nintendo having a new system.
Like, what about a clock?
Nintendo's always done stupid shit like that. It makes sense.
No, 100%. This is.
They didn't start as a trading card company. So.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. They're a toy company. Like,
yeah, I mean, honestly, like this, it's not surprising that Nintendo is doing something silly like this. Actually, some of the stuff that they've talked about, the development of how they ended up making a clock, was also pretty interesting, like how that it just kind of was a project. And I
did see the trailer for said clock.
Yeah, and honestly, like, all right, here's the thing: it's $100.
Also, the first time I've ever seen a trailer for a clock. I'm gonna put that out there.
Right.
I've never seen a trailer before for an alarm clock, but
for I mean, it is $100 alarm clock, so you know it deserves its own trailer. Yeah,
but I have a cell phone.
No, but like the thing is, it does actually have some interesting stuff in it. And I think if you're
It has, I guess interesting is a way to put it. It has a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know if I really want to know the answers to. Like how much I move around in my sleep. I don't know if I need to know the answer to that question. It's a lot.
Like, here's the thing. Like, that, I think that would actually be like something that like big health nuts would probably really want to know without having to have their watch on them all the time. Like, I think that would be that feature alone would be amazing if it could sync up with whatever health app you have. It doesn't seem like it could do that currently, but
yeah, smart alarm clock.
Yeah, it's sold out. It's sold out in
really?
In Tokyo and New York. So yeah, like.
Sold out.
You cannot get your hands on it. It sold out that quick. It's some of the things that it does are pretty, like, there's just so Nintendo-y, right? Like waking up to the sounds of, you know, video games. Not.
Oh yeah, it, like once your alarm goes off and you move, it starts making coin noises like you're picking up coins in a Mario game.
Yeah, and that's
I saw that.
And that's kind of just fun. If you select the Mario theme. Like, it'll be other sounds for other game themes that
you get a victory theme once you've like gotten up out of your bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I like it a little bit better now.
Okay, like better.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. It really is.
It is a cool little like gadget. Like, I don't think I'd ever use it myself.
If I had it,
I'm so much more disorganized. But I think it is like silly and fun and very Nintendo.
I would definitely use it if I had it, but it's also $100. I don't need $100.
It seems like a very Nintendo thing to make.
It really is.
And I mean that in the best possible way.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this time. So yeah, I don't know. It's a cool little gadget. I'm actually not that amazed that it sold out, because Nintendo puts out something like this and like it's just such huge fan service all over it.
Collectors alone would be all over that.
Yep. So yeah, and I mean, yeah, it looks fun. So, and I like how the different themes that they show off in this trailer video for the clock, it's like that person has like their room is that theme also.
Oh yeah.
So it's like really selling.
I'm pretty jealous of the themes of the trailer's setting.
Right.
That room looked awesome. I want that room.
I know, like this girl here with all her little Yoshi dolls and mushrooms and whatnot, and it's like
fully Nintendo'd out. Like, yeah. I'm not that big of a Nintendo fanboy, but that's cool.
Right.
I do like that.
But yeah, I thought this was just
it's very Nintendo. That was my thought on it. It seems like one of the most Nintendo products I've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's the clock. If you got $100, well, guess what? You can't actually buy it anymore. It makes me wonder though if they're gonna do a bigger run.
They might with its success.
Yeah, right.
When something goes this successful, usually they'll do something with it.
Yeah. Usually.
It depends on how rare they want to keep it, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that. That's all the news I have, so.
Oh my god. I guess I'll carry the show.
That's true. You're gonna have
as usual.
Yep.
As usual. Let's see. Where should we start? Well, I guess, speaking of Nintendo stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this is gonna go for this gentleman. But this man named Orion Dolly,
Yes.
owner of moddedhardware.com, has decided to represent himself in a lawsuit brought against him from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Usually this stuff reaches like out of court settlements or plea deals or simple like acquiescing to just simply giving in to the cease and desist.
Yeah. Well, if I recall correctly, this guy, he was like had an agreement with Nintendo, right? And then he was just like, screw it, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah. So Nintendo approached Dolly in March about his site, which sold modded Switch consoles. This included like pre-installed with popular games, with like Make Switch cards.
Yeah.
And
Was he also
at the time, Dolly did agree both verbally and in a signed writing to refrain from infringing sales. And it was only months after that Dolly continued to sell and then ignored any further contact from Nintendo, which forced the filing in June. And Dolly says he will be representing himself.
Yeah.
Good luck. This guy's gonna lose. This guy's gonna lose so big.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
if it was just some like modded consoles without the MIG card, he'd probably be fine. But because he's also putting those games and stuff on it, that's like, that to me is like the nail in the coffin, especially as he's already signed a thing that he wasn't going to.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
No, it definitely doesn't. Yeah, and some of his defenses that he's talked about, they don't seem like they're gonna work well. Like trying to use fair use as a reason for why you can get away with some of this.
That's why I said, like, if he didn't offer the MIG card with the games already installed and stuff,
yeah,
he might be able to get away with the fair use thing. Because modding a console in itself isn't illegal.
Yeah,
but the selling of Nintendo property, aka their games, it is.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting too is that I think actually the one point that he might actually be able to win on is this thing where he says that they should be required to go to arbitration because that's what he agreed to under the end user license agreement. So maybe, but I don't know how that's gonna like line up with the fact that he already agreed to some stuff, and I don't know. It's that one part I think is going to be interesting to see what the courts decide.
I really think the biggest thing that screwed him in general, that will be the nail in the coffin, is his verbal and signature agreement to stop.
Maybe. I mean, he's contesting that as well too. He's also saying that was procured through fraudulent means.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Especially if he wants to. So Nintendo has a lot of money, and they have a lot of
history with this.
Good lawyers.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. No, they're gonna drag him through for sure. Cause like
most people and companies just give into the cease and desist thing because a legal battle with Nintendo alone is going to cost a lot of money. So this is, albeit a fairly brave thing to do, I guess. Like,
Brave and stupid.
Like usually I'm for the underdog, but I don't see you having much of a chance in this.
Yeah, like that's the thing. And he had a lawyer too, but like there's
His
no
lawyer was
anymore,
probably
so.
like, yeah, nah.
Maybe, yeah, probably. And maybe that's why he doesn't
I'm
have
gonna
one.
take cases I can win.
Right.
I stand even a remote chance of winning. So good luck, Ryan Dolly. You're gonna need it.
You're gonna need it big time.
That's why you buy a blank MIG card. You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
No one's got to worry about it. They might still try and like mess with you or whatever, but you're not really selling anything wrong. Let them go be the illegal part and download whatever game they want.
Exactly.
I miss my DS. An unrelated note.
Yeah.
Sounds related.
It's completely unrelated.
Completely unrelated. Nothing to do. Did not have a modded DS.
Yeah, Two Littles wouldn't want to do anything illegal here, but
I would kill someone in front of their own mother
to download some DS game.
Right, you don't have any more news.
Nope.
It's
Saw you.
for you to take over.
News.
Right. Ubisoft. Quite the month.
Quite the month.
It seems like a month now, right? Like they've just had like one thing after another come after them and happen to them, which I'm on like two minds of. Some of it really sucks for like the video game industry as a whole, but at the same time, it's good to see companies owned by people like Yves Guillemot just get wrecked. If any company deserves to go down, it is Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the bad that comes out of that is the people who don't deserve it, the developers. Lower level employees definitely don't. Well, they're facing a new lawsuit. Anyways, Ubisoft, new lawsuit. This one is claiming claims Ubisoft undisclosed use of Meta's Pixel analytics tool is a violation of several statutes. Basically, Ubisoft is being alleged to have shared data with Meta illegally. The problem is that Ubisoft makes use of Pixel, which Meta describes as a piece of code on your website that can help you better understand the effectiveness of your advertising and the actions people take on your site, like visiting a page or adding items to their cart. Simply put, anything you can do on Ubisoft's website while you're logged into Facebook is seen and tracked for use.
Okay.
And retargeting. Convincing people to buy your stuff, targeted ad stuff.
Yeah.
But Ubisoft apparently didn't bother to tell people about that.
Yeah, it sounds like it has something to do with some sort of Video Privacy Protection Act, right?
Yeah, the suit states that the violation, or that it is a violation of the Video Privacy Protection Act and the Federal Wiretap Act.
Oh, wow.
And the California Invasion of Privacy Act.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they're not stating that in any
it states
agreement.
That the plaintiffs, both of whom purchased multiple games from the Ubisoft store,
did they really just miss putting that in the end user license agreement? Like that's a really bad faux pas. Did you just... Wow.
The plaintiffs are seeking financial damages and order compelling Ubisoft to either get rid of Pixel or obtain consent from its users to share that data.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, another checkbox for us to blast through when starting a game.
Yep.
So this coming right off the tail of the whole Star Wars thing, the investment thing, the Guillermo family looking to buy out the company. There's just a lot going on at Ubisoft right now.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a heck of a time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're forgetting to put something like this into their end user license agreement, it's, man,
Not great.
The oversight of
Not
these
great.
people. Yeah, not great at all.
We're gonna need to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why the Guillermo brothers should just leave the company.
Right.
But hey, I'm not even asking for Tencent to leave. At least Tencent has like some knowledge about how the industry runs.
That's true.
Like, for everything I can say about them, bad. Like, at least they're a like known evil. Yeah, I'll stick with the evil I know.
Yeah.
And they seem to like Tencent, they invest in a lot of things. So
yeah,
it's not unusual for them to be a part of things. They don't seem to be the reason that these companies end up in their predicaments.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I always say that because they don't seem to have these same problems at all of their places.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. This is uniquely this level of incompetence. Not uniquely Ubisoft, but it's pretty uniquely Ubisoft.
It's very uniquely Ubisoft. Ubisoft all over.
Yeah.
Might as well be signed by Yves Guillermo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had one other thing that popped up.
Yeah.
In my news feed, dealing with Roblox.
Yes.
Roblox is a terrible hellscape that no child should ever be a part of.
News?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That was it. That was the news. No, so Roblox is dealing with a report that came out from Hindenburg Research,
Mm-hmm.
an investment research firm that specializes in forensic financial research. They did an in-depth report on the Roblox, accusing them of lying to investors in order to spur growth, and more sensationally, that it is a pedophile hellscape.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yes, it is. Some of this is if you want to read the in-depth report, you're gonna have to go to them. Go to the Hindenburg report.
Yeah.
But it is stating that Roblox has basically like fudged their numbers a lot
Mm-hmm.
to show like how much people are playing and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Like the number. So our research indicates that Roblox is lying to investors, regulators, and advertisers about the number of people on its platform, inflating the key metric by 25 to 42%.
That's a lot. Jeez.
We also show how engagement hours and other key metrics is inflated by an estimated 100%.
Hey, if you're gonna lie, go big.
And now Roblox is undoubtedly a huge company.
Yeah.
Even I can't say that it's not.
Oh yeah.
They're reporting 8 million daily active users who spend an average of 2.4 hours a day on this platform. This is from Roblox. Hindenburg states that this is not an accurate count because it does not differentiate the individual users from bot accounts or alt accounts.
Oh, okay.
Roblox reportedly told the SCE in 2003 that it is unable to identify if users have multiple accounts. But Hindenburg calls that a flat-out lie, saying that it has spoken to multiple former employees who claim the company does in fact track users with multiple accounts through a process called de-alting. And the data suggests that Roblox could be massively overstating the true level of user engagement on its platform. It says our review of an average of 30.4 million unique daily users found they just spend about 22 minutes in games per day. Further analysis shows that numerous games and an obvious bot accounts remain in games for more than 24 hours straight.
So the only ones that are playing consistently are bots.
Yeah, the metrics that they're getting are because of the bots.
Yeah.
Not
which
anything else.
Yeah, those distinctions are becoming the norm in the gaming industry. More and more. I feel like they're pretty much the norm, but I guess there's some companies that are holding out, like Roblox. But I mean, you guys can monitor that, and that's something that so I'm just wondering here, what is this Hindenburg research? I assume that they're, from the way this sounds, is they're financial investment research company, right?
Yeah, they invest in. Oh, watch here. I can.
So they're coming at this as purely
is a financial interest. Does have financial interest in seeing Roblox shares tumble. They're activist short selling.
Oh, okay.
Which basically means that it invests in companies in ways that ensure that the profits of the company and share prices fall rather than rise.
So regardless of that, if they're doing their research correctly to tell the people on how to invest properly, then yeah, if they uncover this stuff, they could be in a prime position to uncover these sort of things. So
yeah, the more salacious part of the whole thing, of course, is the child safety, right? Hindenburg says it was able to access a wide range of adult and illegal content, despite listing its age as under 13.
Yeah.
On their Twitter, they have a number of posts about this, including one where they go to it's like school simulator type thing, where for instance, we found in the same school simulator game with Nazi hate speech and photos of male genitalia, they found Instagram ads.
Oh wow. Yeah. I'm sure Instagram is thrilled about that.
And none of this is actually terribly new with Roblox. Roblox has had problems with like the whole child safety thing before.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a big YouTube. I watched a whole big YouTube thing on it that was really well done about how Roblox does take actions within its own like platform medium, but it does absolutely nothing if that moves into any like third party bit. And the problem is a lot of the like little indie studio type things that break up, these Roblox developers they go to Discord to hire people to do a bunch of stuff, even legitimately. But this has allowed Roblox to get away with saying, oh no, we regulate, but they don't, because they've been reported before over it. The company was hit with a class action lawsuit in 2003 over sexual content and grooming. And in August of 2024, a report on Roblox user named Dr. Rofatnik revealed that he used Roblox to groom, abduct, and assault a 15-year-old girl a full 18 months after he had been reported as a predator by the community.
Yeah, and that's the problem with Roblox, is that this like keeps coming up there. And so like for all that they're saying though that we're doing things, and any evidence that they have that they are doing things, they're clearly not doing enough. And when you have a game that's clearly aimed at children, you have to do something more.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, you're always going to have your edgelords and stuff like that. That are going to do their stupid stuff.
Well, it's just, I mean, it is. I think, despite the fact that it's like, only, on average 22 minutes a day for, what was that? It was 40 million people, if that's correct. If we're going
80 million, if we're going off of.
No, but if we're going off of Hindenburg saying that it's only actually like half the amount.
Yeah, 34 million.
So, I mean, that's still a lot of time. It's still a very popular game. If that's, daily. Again, if these are pointed at kids who probably only have very little screen time at the end of their day, then yeah, but with the fact that there's so much human interaction on there, you got to do more. You just have to.
To help solidify this, an industry analyst, Simon Carlos, had a pretty good take on his Game Discover Co. newsletter, writing that Roblox is giant and chaotic. So, of course, there's going to be bots, weird behavior all over the place. But that there's no real indication of systematic behavior. At the same time, he acknowledged that while some of Hindenburg's reports come off as mudslinging, it does make a number of fair points, particularly regarding moderation and bot detection.
Yeah. Again, those are things that Roblox can change. They have control over that. Yeah.
So in their investigation, the Hindenburg in their investigation also claimed that the moderation is largely outsourced to Asian call centers, with moderators being paid $12 a day to review countless instances of child grooming, bullying, with limited ability to keep perpetrators off the platform permanently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I'm sure they could just create a new account and hop back in. If you're banned or whatever, right?
Yeah. Careless also wrote that with tens of millions of preteens and also a bunch of teenagers and post-teen edgelords hanging out in the game, and it's easy creation of 3D levels, there's going to be a lot of bad content.
Mm-hmm.
But Roblox can and needs to do better.
Yeah.
And that's just the flat out end of it. Roblox needs to do better because this is
that's bottom line.
Not the first account of these things.
Oh, and
like I said, I watched that really good YouTube video on Roblox and like how it skirts its responsibility of like protecting the people's, not only like the kids who are using their interface, but also the people and children who are helping make their games.
Yeah.
And how they sell to them like the idea that you can make a lot of money on Roblox, even though Roblox doesn't give like shit.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
if you're a workers' rights person, don't go look into Roblox and what they do, because my God.
And like that's the problem though too, is that there are some I think people who are legitimately can get into programming and game development and find some good in it.
Well, I think that the whole idea of that irritates me too, because they use a system that no one else uses. If you really wanted to teach kids and do what Roblox's mission was, which was to create these developers young, get people interested in that, they would have used similar tools. But you can't take understanding how Roblox works to any other developer, because the tools are wholly different.
Well, yeah, no, and that's the thing though. But it's one of those skills that I'd argue is useful.
There's the
also.
Knowledge. I think there's some knowledge that you can gain out of it, right? Like you can understand how map making, and stuff. There's certain things that yes, you could get out of it. I'm not saying it's a complete waste of time to be a Roblox developer, but I think if you are, one of your best bets is to take what you've learned and go to something more common.
Yeah, probably.
That will actually give you an in. Learn a language that actually is being used.
The other problem with that, though, is that this is something that's being taught more recently, that you don't learn a language anymore because there's too many different languages out there, that oftentimes development ends up getting split between different languages for different aspects of a program, or not a program, but a company, I should say. And so because of that, it's better to learn the overview of how games and languages work versus just straight off learning whatever. So I think you
can still get in with learning a language. You just be on one of those one of those very specific teams.
Oh yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
No. There 100% isn't. That's the way a lot of people do it. So
I feel that is right. Like it is becoming more there's a lot of programming languages out there.
Yeah.
But my point is to find one to help you understand how those work, because Roblox is a lot different than any of that. You're not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not what it's touting itself to be.
No, and I mean, again, I think there's that difference between Roblox and Minecraft, right? Where the things that Minecraft quote unquote teaches, they're not putting out as oh yeah, this is our educational version of the game, but it's not here to it's the beginning seeds of learning STEM stuff, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, agreed.
Anyways, in the end, fuck Roblox.
Yeah,
you shouldn't go there.
No,
no kids should be allowed there.
Again,
until they clean up their mess.
Yeah, this is something that the they need to be better at if they're gonna have this position. And more importantly, like there needs to be more awareness, I think, for parents about what is going on in Roblox. So
yeah, Roblox also should take more responsibility for its people, even though they
really should.
They moved to like Discord to have their conversations. They should take in light like the complaints that come from those.
Yeah.
There's one guy who made like a whole bunch of games who got reported like numerous times, and he'd just show up again under a different name, and people would be like, hey, this is him, and they wouldn't do anything about it for months and months and months and months.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised. But yeah. Well, that's the news.
That is news.
Mm-hmm.
Of a kind.
Indeed.
So how was your week?
Busy. My week was way too long, and this next week is gonna be even worse, and I'm just so tired. I think I'm gonna have to take some time off. I need to recharge my batteries. It's been a little much lately, so
a little overworked.
Yeah.
Take that mental health day.
Mm-hmm. A few, I think. Just a few, just get a little bit of extra time to do some things that I've been wanting to do around the house because I'm old and that's the sort of thing that I have to look at now.
And also like just like unwind from the work, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then just some time where I don't have to worry about work things.
To actually unwind instead of just kind of like loosely being able to wind it back up and be like, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Even though it's all like twisted together and parts of the spool are hanging off.
Yes.
The only thing really keeping the spool together is like the safety pin that you have in there. Yeah, I know. Life.
Yep. Accurate. But yeah. How about you guys? How have you guys been?
Oh, so busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a busy week for us. Restaurant wise.
Have you guys had like crazy customers this year? Because a few of my clients they said that just the people that have been here this year coming in for Balloon Fiesta, they've been a level of extra that they haven't seen in a while.
I haven't noticed.
My place caters to the extra, so that's just my clientele, really. Like,
yeah.
My place is close by the airport, so we get a lot of people in town specifically for this thing. And I haven't really noticed any like excess. I mean, there's been a lot of business that's certainly in excess. But
yeah.
I haven't noticed anybody being particularly crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good then. But yeah.
My place caters to the people who like to make their own menu items. Annoying as hell.
Listen, we live in America.
Yeah.
Okay, then you go home and cook that for yourself.
The one that really gets me is we have like a pesto turkey sandwich, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some like fresh pesto on it, turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomato, and like flatbread.
Mm-hmm.
But you can change the bread. I actually don't have an issue with changing the bread. But this one lady, she changes the bread. She wants no pesto, but she wants fresh basil and mayonnaise. And it's like, that's not. Pesto is fresh basil, right? And then the person who writes the ticket always puts extra fresh basil, and it's like, but there's none. An extra amount of none is still none. It's annoying. Just annoying.
Good stuff.
It is what it is, but it's just like,
yeah.
Annoying.
Oh, people. Well, I mean, it could be worse though, right?
Yeah.
Well, who wants to start with their week?
Well,
I thought that was the week.
I mean,
we were all busy. More is there to know.
You haven't done anything else? That's fair. If you haven't done anything,
I mean, else. I haven't done much. If you're watching my stream right now, you're looking at it. No, that's not actually true. I played a bunch of God of War Ragnarok.
Continuing down that mission. How far in?
Yeah. I don't know. I got to like about 15 hours in. Got to a boss fight where I'm fighting something particularly large. Some kind of lightning lizard thing. So that far in.
Yeah.
Fighting something big. And then I decided to pick up this Kingdom 2 Crowns game, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
A very like light game. So there's only a couple of buttons.
Yeah, so what are these coins or whatever that you're putting into resources? Is that just to build them up and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
very straightforward.
Yeah. And then different guys get different. All the little pawns that walk around will pick up coins, and if you walk past them, then they'll give the coins to you.
Okay.
There's a few things like if you cut down trees, you get coins. Although it does cost a coin to like tell somebody to cut down trees.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes you'll get like 1 or 2 coins out of trees.
Yeah.
So they're at least by the end of it free to do. Little archer guys will go hunt animals for coins during the day, and then at night stuff attacks, and you gotta fight off enemies. Grief, I think, is what it's called. You gotta fight off the grief. And then it's there's just a lot of exploring and stuff. You keep expanding your base. Do you relate very much to fighting off grief there?
I do, yeah. It hit me pretty deep, yeah. It was like,
you feel that one? Yeah. It's a relatable game. Yeah, you just upgrade stuff. I'm at the point where I don't have access to the resource I need to upgrade stuff any further. You got to recruit people, and then based on the equipment that you build, they'll get different jobs. Buildings for recruiting people and stuff. But all very like simple. You just stand near something to interact with it for like upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a Steam game.
Yeah. They're having a big sale right now on. Actually, it's free weekend on this game. So if anybody wants to check it out, it's around.
Yeah.
That's always cool. I always appreciate free weekend.
Yeah.
Seen a couple of good games out of that before.
What's it called again?
Kingdom 2 Crowns. I got the starter pack, which came with like the core game and I think like 2 DLCs. Although I think all the DLCs are up right now for the free weekend as well. So I should probably be playing those and not just like the core game, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all on. Yeah, they're just having a big old franchise sale on it right now. So
cool.
Anybody wants to check it out? It's around. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. You can go to different different islands.
Oh.
Go back to my first island because I got some gems now. I can go use those gems to upgrade my archers, I think is how it works.
I'll upgrade your archers.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you want to.
I said
if
that
somebody
wrong.
could,
Fuck.
that'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Go to a different island.
You're saying it had like a
crew.
you're telling me that it had like some sort of co-op mode?
Yeah, it's got co-op as well. Yeah,
That's cool. I do appreciate games with co-op.
2 people playing.
That's cool. You can build your kingdom together.
Yeah. It kind of works out since it's just 2D. Just one guy goes left and one guy goes right.
Yeah. That's cool. Seems like a cool game.
What island is this that we're on? This wasn't my starting island. This is where I wanted to go.
Uh-oh.
Completely lost now.
Just like I planned.
Oh, never mind. This is my starting island. Yeah, no, I found my town.
Not like I planned. Anything else for you?
Shit. Did I watch anything? Maybe. Man, what do we watch? We've been watching Miracle Workers, being Christian. That's pretty good. That's a fun show. I've seen it before, but I'm not just doing a thing where I get Christian to watch the stuff that I've seen before. That's my new thing.
I don't know. Well, we've been in a kick of watching like an episode or two of a TV show every day, so we've gone through a few things.
Yeah, it's been a good way to get through TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
And since we made it to the end of like some of the stuff we were watching, it's like, all right, well, I guess it's time to go through and watch the stuff that you've been telling me to watch.
Time to finish up the other stuff, yeah. So yeah, Miracle Workers is a pretty funny show. Let Two Littles talk more about that. We finished the first season of Severance, which I'll also
that was a really good show.
Yeah, it's super fun.
That was like
I'm a big fan.
It's such a messed up premise, and it just gets like more messed up and like weirder the further you go.
It gets
like
weird.
Like the idea alone, the premise of being able to like surgically separate your mind into 2 pieces, and those pieces and the piece that you cut off to do the mundane task has a life of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, and that life only consists of working, so the only thing they know is working. They don't get the like downtime to work. Like as soon as they're done and they enter the elevator to leave, it just opens back up for them, and it's their next day of work. They're just in different clothes now.
That sounds like shitty.
That sounds terrible. It sounds so fucking awful.
Imagine being stuck at work forever.
Yeah. No,
and then later on, they show like a woman who's doing it through like pregnancy.
Wow.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. She used it to not have to deal with her pregnancy.
Huh.
And it's like, what's even more fucked up than what you already had? Thanks. Good on you. I'm glad.
Good on you.
Yeah, such a fucked up show.
Yeah.
And then you gotta find out who the people's like outside the office are. It's fun. It's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to the next season. We just got confirmation that there will be a season 3. So at least it's one show of mine that's not canceled in the first season.
At least one.
Anything else?
No, that's about it for me. I'm really done. As you know, Really done much.
I figure I just asked the proper question.
Well, Two Littles. You want to go next?
Yeah, I guess. Well, there was Severance. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
That was that was a lot of fun. Miracle Workers has been pretty good. Daniel Radcliffe is quite the funny actor. I've seen him now in a few things that's just been really funny.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that if Harry Potter was all I saw.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's been quite enjoyable. The first season, you have Steve Buscemi playing God, and the next season he's a medieval shit shoveler. So they really like to toss it up, you know.
Yeah.
But he's always fantastic. Daniel Radcliffe always fantastic. The other guy, what's his name? I want to find the actor's name. One of the other casts is like super funny. I've enjoyed his performance. Karan Soni.
Oh, that guy's hilarious. Yeah,
he plays Depender in Deadpool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you can put a face to him.
Yeah.
For those who don't know who that is. Depender from Deadpool is in it, and he has some of the best roles. He's so funny. Quite enjoyable. Speaking of Deadpool, so watch Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I caught the second half of that when you were watching it, and promptly forgot about it. At least as far as the second half, I was like, this is very, very mediocre. I don't have any strong feelings one way or the other about it.
I thought it was a fun movie. I am of two minds. I still not quite sure whether I think it's better than the second one or not.
I think that's fair.
I like Hugh Jackman. I think he did great. Preface my statement by saying that. Wolverine, awesome. And he was in it a lot. Right? So no complaints there.
Yeah.
He's in it for most of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that all the other characters just get kind of thrown to the side. You don't see like anyone else that we know except for like the beginning, like the very beginning and the very end.
Right. Yeah.
Those are the only times we get to see like all the people that we've already been introduced to. But I still think that the interactions between Deadpool and Cable were better. Like just their like bickering, I thought was a lot better than like Hugh Jackman.
That's fair. I can see that. It's a little more. You get more.
I think it's
sustenance.
Just because I think part of it is in writing.
Yeah.
Where like, because Cable isn't in Deadpool 2 as much as Wolverine is in this one, right? Yeah. So those interactions we do have, and the way Josh Brolin just plays off Cable's like, fuck you, macho man persona to match that at Deadpool, or to like not even match Deadpool, but to counter Deadpool's whole thing. Just played off funnier. Like their interactions just between each other are really funny. Now, the interactions that Deadpool and Wolverine have throughout the world of that movie are great, fantastic, fun, and hilarious. So I'm just solely talking about like their interactions together, like when they're communicating and talking to each other. But it was fun. The like fight scene in the car, where they both just beat the shit out of each other in the car
with the Honda Odyssey. I will never forget what a Honda Odyssey is now.
Yeah, that was the perfect car commercial, basically, because they beat the shit out of the car themselves, and they're laying in it at the end, and someone hops in it and drives it away. It still drives away. Best car commercial I've ever seen.
Yeah.
If you want a car that'll last you, this one lasted a Wolverine and a Deadpool fight. It's gonna get you there. So it's quite an enjoyable movie, but I am still of two minds of whether I like the second one or that one more.
No, I think that's totally fair. Because I mean, I think this one it leans a lot on things that are outside of the movie, right? Like there's a lot of nostalgia there. B, just tons of reference to not even the MCU. Like,
I actually appreciated the lack of reference to any MCU bit, even though that it was clear that like the main bad guy was basically just a representative for Marvel MCU. You know? Like, even though that was the whole bit, there's not a lot of like you need to have watched any MCU movie to follow along with any of it, really.
Yeah, no, but there's still a lot of references to MCU stuff, more recent MCU stuff. There's definitely a lot in there. But again, you don't have to have seen it, so that's good. However, I feel like there's a lot like I never watched Elektra. Never. I think there are a few jokes from that are very, very poignant to that to that movie.
There are, yeah. There's at least one joke that makes fun of the movie.
Yeah, well, I just remember like the two times that I saw it, there's one joke that I don't remember what it is because I don't get it. But there was one joke that I remember. I was like, yeah, I have no idea what they're talking about here. But yeah, I mean, and also just the fact that it also plays off of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's friendship as well. Yeah. You know, so there's a lot that it has going on for it outside of the movie that it leans on heavily, I think. And,
what I did like,
you don't have that in Deadpool 2.
I do think that the story is a bit more focused than that of Deadpool 2. Deadpool
really?
2 did kind of seem like a bit of a splash.
Oh.
But this one, like, they had like a clear target, which is kind of why you don't see like the rest of the people as much, right? Like, he gets sent to that area, but I feel like because they tried to do the whole team up thing, which was a whole farce anyways.
Yeah.
In the second movie, that it just kind of makes them mad. I mean, they make fun of it in the third one. How it kind of just ended up like all over the place.
Yeah. I don't know.
This one was like a straightforward, like, we have to stop the MCU guy.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the story in Deadpool 3. Like, almost at all. There's a few. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm like would say I'm a fan of it, but I think it was more at least pointed and directed.
I get what you mean, but I don't agree. I feel like it was maybe it's more pointed, maybe it's more directed.
I do think that,
but it feels lazy.
That threw it all off was the multiple Deadpool, when like all the Deadpools come out. That felt like a bit of a cop out and time waster.
I think it was kind of supposed to. I think that was kind of their point.
It's because it was there for like nothing.
Yeah.
It's so short a segment. Yeah. Although Pretty Boy Deadpool was fantastic.
No, yeah.
Like, probably my favorite one.
Yeah, he was pretty great. Healing powers?
Regeneration.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so that's the thing, is that like it has some just great moments through and through. But I don't think that like anything beyond it being fun. I don't like, that's the thing, like I look at Deadpool 2 and Deadpool 1 and they're just such a vastly different kind of movie, cuz it's like, yeah, they're fun, but they also have some really good.
I do appreciate that they were like a direct. I do appreciate that they were a bit more of a direct connection.
Yeah.
From like the end of 2 to what this one, to what it has in this one, you know, with the whole like time.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's now hunted by the time police, basically.
Yeah. Fucking time police.
Because he went back in time and did he killed a bunch of people in time, including himself in a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
It's like tie into that connection was pretty nice. It was okay. Like it was a fun movie. Deadpool being Deadpool. Other than that, I don't think it was much more.
Yeah, no. For sure.
Let's see. That was it for movies, really. Well, I rode one of those like rental scooters that they started putting around our town.
Again? They're bringing them back again?
Yeah, they brought them back. Those little like electric scooters you can rent.
Yeah.
So I checked it out one day.
Scootier than ever.
There just happened to be one really close to my work, so I was like, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and like. I went through the whole process of signing up for it on the app, and just rented it and took it to the bus stop,
mm-hmm.
which is like half a mile away or whatever. But
yeah,
just wanted to check it out. And it was cool. And then so the next day, I wanted to, just doing some more testing of it. I wanted to see like how feasible it would be to like take it home from work.
Yeah.
And it's not bad.
Yeah.
Like cost wise, it's about minus the discount I have because I signed up for their like commuter pass or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the discount, it'd be like $9 a trip for about a 4-mile ride, about
mm-hmm.
20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got me to the point now that I think I'm just gonna get myself an
electric scooter.
I've been looking at them. They're not crazy expensive in any sense,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and it really, really expand my range.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't need a car. I live in a decent sized city that has decent public transportation and stuff. I don't really need.
Yeah. Well, on top of that too, like even because like an Uber, it would be like $5 more to pretty much anywhere in the city than what you paid for the scooter.
From my work, taking an Uber is like $12.
Yeah.
For what I pay for the little like scooter, for my little discount, like yesterday I took it home, and my trip was a little bit longer. Like I said, it was about 4 miles and about 20 minutes. And with my discount, it costed me just over $7.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was cheaper than taking an Uber.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like if you need to get somewhere like quickly, like you can still Uber. So if you got a scooter, like that like you said, increase your range, and yeah, for what the city has to offer, which isn't actually, we have one of the better public transportation systems in the country, honestly.
We really, really do.
Which
I've been
scary.
to a few other cities that have
atrocious.
Awful.
Yeah, fucking awful for sure.
Boise's public buses, I don't even know how they run. Like, they definitely don't run like ours, which is like, straight down the street and back.
Yeah, no.
Like down one street. No, they take like routing paths.
Yeah, they have weird routes and
that are irregular and infrequent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was my experience. Was that in New Orleans? I think it was in New Orleans. We took the bus a few times. So yeah, I hear you on that.
So my city is all right on that. So given that the scooter is small, I'll be able to like bring it into my work, so I don't have to worry about like getting stolen.
Yeah, that's true.
Storage for it will be pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. And you just got to charge it up at the day. And how long does the battery last? So that's, I think.
I mean, it depends on which one you get, but from the average ones, the ones that I was looking at, you can go about 35 miles.
Really? That's pretty good.
Or more on charge.
Mm-hmm. I honestly wasn't expecting that much.
Of course, that depends on like how much you're pushing it. A lot of them have like multiple modes where you can like set the top speed regulation down a little bit so it holds more of its battery life. Yeah. So I'm considering. Well, not considering really. I'm currently working on saving up on my next couple checks, and you got to purchase one. I think it'd be really useful and handy to have around the city.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Moving on. I've also been playing God of War. I am not as far as some people who shall remain nameless.
Yeah, he's been out for like a year. Should be further along.
Just came out
on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been out for a year though. We're not taking that into account here. You don't get that privilege.
This isn't all about you.
Why not?
Oh, good point.
Right. The rest of the show is.
That's why we have you go first.
I'm the most important. I know. Ugh, even that put a bad taste in my mouth. All right. Done with that bit. Yeah, I played God of War. That's been fun. As I've remained to like not have any spoilers done since it came out. So hopefully I'll be able to play some more this weekend.
Yeah.
I have been playing quite frequently the game I'm currently playing, which is Dice Folk. I picked it up last week, but I wasn't playing it on stream, as I was playing the Tiny Glade, which was a lot of fun. No, this game is pretty cool. It's just a roguelike game where you have like these different creatures that you choose from.
Yeah, I've seen some of this. Looks fun.
It's been quite enjoyable. I like its ease. I don't really have to pay attention very much. It has like different little groups of these monsters that you can like find and pick up, which is always cool. And as you play, it has kind of a similar to Golfy, where when you finish a run, you have like a little experience bar that builds, and you get different things off of it, including unlocking different types of the little monsters that you can unlock.
Mm-hmm.
And also like different types of rooms you'll encounter, because it has that like pick your path strategy map type thing that lots of roguelikes have.
Yeah.
So you can unlock like different room types and treasure types as you level up. It's fun. There's not really much to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very typical roguelike game.
Yeah.
That I have quite.
It looks cute too, though.
I've quite enjoyed it. I like the artwork.
Yeah.
Like this little black and pink weasel. He's an opponent.
Pink pocket.
I mean, this is the first time I've seen this sheep too. This like goat little guy that I've got down in my corner. This like white and black coat. That was the first time I've seen him, and he's adorable. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been fun. I did play some more Tiny Glade, which is a very like relaxing and chill game.
Yeah.
Not much to say about it than what we saw last week. They did add a quality of life feature most recently to it.
Oh yeah.
I guess that game was developed by two people. Like, I don't know entirely, but I think they're a couple.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Who made the game? So they, had their like release announcement and like discussion on Steam that you can read. Little update thing.
Yeah.
And of course they were asked about like if they're gonna have like what the roadmap looks like and stuff, and they don't want to do a roadmap, they stated.
That's fair.
I mean, their reason's very logical. I mean, holding up to like promises and stuff. They talked about how like the game kind of came about like organically anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like technically this wasn't even like a game. This was them playing around with procedurally generating buildings and areas and stuff, which is primarily work for a game that they have in mind.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good reason to not have a roadmap. I would have taken any reason, honestly.
All reasons are a good reason. I don't.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Whatever you want to do, right? It's your game.
For them to have released this in like just kind of what they were playing with when they were looking at other games to build, or how to build other games.
Yeah.
So this is all just kind of stuff that they're learning,
right.
And that's always like fun and exciting and interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
And they created a really fun little diorama builder.
Mm-hmm.
I approve heavily of said game. Man, that's about it for me. I haven't really done much else.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think, because I also have not done much. Again, busy work week, which is really sad because I really do want to get back to some Zelda. Some.
Well, you got to play last night.
No, the Echoes one.
Oh.
The Legend of Link.
The Legend of Link.
Yeah.
Echoes of Zelda.
Echoes of Zelda. Yes, precisely. Because that was really fun, and I've been thinking about it all week. So, but yeah, I haven't been able to have time for that. I was even thinking about putting it on here, but I want to pay more attention to it. So
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying a lot of it. Like almost every aspect of it is an improvement of older 2D style.
I mean, even
Zeldas.
Stephanie Sterling was giving it pretty high praise.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard some complaints from people now that have had more time with it, which I think are going to be some of my complaints too, because I don't see why they wouldn't be. I mean, in particular, it's like one of the biggest downfalls now of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Actually, it's really Tears of the Kingdom. Is the fact that you can attach your items to your bow, right, or to an arrow, and you just have like an insanely long list that you have to go through, especially if it's like something that you don't use very often, but you know, or you've never used before.
That's the hardest one, is when you've never used it before, because at least it keeps track of the things that you use, like the most and stuff,
right? And I feel like sometimes even when I throw the sorter on, I'm like, no, I'm just making this more complicated on myself. The only benefit is that it pauses the game. It effectively pauses the game. So but I feel like there should be like some organization in there. It would be a really good quality of life thing, even if it was just like, oh, these are the enemy items, and here's gems, and you know, here's food, here's whatever, you know, just you don't even have to break it out a whole lot. Just a handful of categories would be nice. But yeah, that happens. It's starting to happen in my game. in the Legend Link, because I'm starting to collect a lot of echoes, and yeah, I mean, I'm only gonna get more. So
The Legend of Link, Zelda's Awakening. So I'm still trying to think of titles.
No, I think the first one was Echoes of Zelda is pretty good.
Echoes of Zelda was good. That's why it's taking me so long to think of something better.
But yeah, let's see. Outside of wanting to play a game, what have I actually played other than a little bit of Cord Keeper? And is that it? Is that all that I've actually played this week?
I've been like really mentally drained, so I haven't played too many video games. Like when I've gotten home from work, it's just been like,
yeah,
okay, I just want to sit down and like maybe have my eyeballs watch something.
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah. No so more. Going on with that, we just finished season 2 of The Good Place.
Nice.
So halfway through.
I think I haven't watched the last season.
Oh yeah.
I think I need to watch this.
But yeah, I'm still enjoying it just as much as I did the first season. I hope it continues that. Yeah, I'm excited.
Jason's the one who found out this time.
That's a new low.
That one really hurts.
That one really hurts. It's one of my favorite lines from that whole thing.
Oh yeah, no, like Rianne repeats that very often.
I did for a while too, because it's so good.
It is. It really is.
Jason's the one.
And Ted Danson, he's doing like
so good. He
does so great as this demon. It's so good. I love it so much. So yeah,
he really does have like an evil grin too,
right? And the laugh that he does, it's like it's the right amount of over the top.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great.
He is appreciated for all of his greatness.
And the guy that plays his boss, he does so great too. He was great in freaking Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's great in this. It's just good stuff. So.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that's his name.
He plays. That's not the actor's name. That's his character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Just to clarify. Yeah. We are talking to other people, so they might not.
Yeah, no books. Nothing else really. I didn't watch a movie. God, it's been a boring week. All right. That's okay.
How did I have a most interesting week? And I didn't feel like I did anything. I just got very busy. I took a couple scooter rides, and that made my work week.
The most exciting week by default.
Yeah, I took a couple scooter rides, which made my work week way more interesting.
I bet that made it a lot more fun too, honestly.
I mean, I didn't necessarily do it out of fun, but it is like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little ride.
Yeah,
as long as you're not like getting too much heat.
Like, not even that, like, because it's been fairly hot especially when I get off work.
Yeah.
2:00. The sun's like blazing right overhead. So there's not a lot of shade or anything, but I did notice that, like, because I'm in like moving and the air is coming through, it at least feels better.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
I can see it sucking more in like rainy conditions or whatever.
Oh yeah. That would be a for sure. Something else I'll have to consider now. But yeah, cool. I guess we'll leave it here then.
I mean, more to consider. Either way, I would have to go out in it.
Yeah.
I either have to walk in it or go out and take the scooter out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was good. Good show, guys.
Yeah.
Fun show.
Indeed. Got some interesting news. If the clock was, say, $50, would you guys buy it?
Probably not. No.
I just have exactly no use for it.
I don't even think $100 is underpriced for like the tech and the clock. It's honestly just the clock is not an appeal to me. I have a cell phone. It has an alarm on it. I'm fine.
Yeah, but it's not about that,
It's about a lifestyle.
Yeah. Like,
that's what I said. Like,
when you buy Funko Pops and you're like, this isn't gonna. I don't
really want to know how much I toss and turn in my sleep. I already know it's a lot.
You don't have to use that feature,
Okay.
It's not mandatory.
The time part of it?
Either. You don't have to use any of those features. You could just randomly.
I don't want to know what time it is.
You could just randomly set your alarm to go off so that you get fun music. You move around a little so you get the fanfare.
I solely got it so that when I wake up, I could have a victory theme play.
Yeah. I mean, that might help me get up in the morning. Might. I don't know.
I still don't feel like anything would help me. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
And the last thing I need is for my cat to be like,
oh, that's true.
Realize that it's whenever they get on the bed, it makes even more noise. Like, come on, I already catch my cat just sometimes waiting for my eyes to open so they can start bugging me.
Pretty good. Sounds like a very cat thing.
You could be doing that.
But yeah, we shall catch you guys next week. But maybe some stuff in between. I still want to play some games with people, so see if we can make that happen.
Some golf
games, eh?
Yeah, I'd be down for anything right now.
I'd be down for golfy. Golfy's fun.
Mm-hmm. I also want to play some Metaphysical. I mean, it's Halloween season now.
'Tis Halloween.
But yeah. All right, sweet. Thank you guys again. We love you all. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye. Bye.